So we are starting with a clean blank face. I've already done my skincare prep, so I'm just going to go ahead with my primer first to begin with. I'm going to use two different primers. I recently tried again the Murad invisiblur perfecting shield. It's got SPF 30 in it, and its job is basically to blur the pores, but it also does prime. I did try this yesterday and it was absolutely amazing. I loved it, so I'm going to use it again today. I only used it in like the areas that I tend to get quite oily. Obviously it's quite hot outside today, so definitely want to avoid any form of like removal of makeup. I'm gonna have to get another mirror because I'm struggling to see at the moment. There we go. Oh, that's just instantly blurred out my pores. I'm sure you guys can see that nicely. And then I'm going to go in with my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is obviously my favourite primer. I use this more often than any other primer. And I'm just going to put that on the outer areas of my face. I'm going to start off with my eyes first. I did actually plan a specific look that I wanted to do. But unfortunately my eyes, which are really sensitive, they're slightly swollen, just like right near my lash line. So I'm not going to put any lashes on today. So I'm going to kind of change my look. But we're still going to get ready together. It's my birthday, so I still want to look good. I still want to glam up a little bit and look cute. I am going to be going out, so I do want to do something nice. Yes, I'm going to start off with my eyes first. I'm just going to prime them with my Louise eyeshadow base. Okay, so my eyelids are prepped. I'm going to go in with my Jackie Aina and Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow. This is what it looks like. If you don't remember, I have used this in one of my previous videos before. So I'm going to start off with the shade Ginger, which is kind of a nice warm tone brown. Okay, I'm just going to pat that in my crease. The base is still a little bit wet, so I'm having to pat first just to lay down that shade before I actually go in and blend. So for the most part it's been laid down, so I'm just going to go in and start blending. Probably should have set the base with translucent powder. I think I'm going to do that now actually. It's pretty warm outside. It's like 33 degrees today, but even though I'm a summer baby, I'm not really a summer baby. I'm not a big fan of heat. I actually do prefer winter. I don't know why. I just think I'm not used to having like this heat in the UK, and plus we don't get it often anyway, so I think now because of that my body's just kind of been like running away from too much heat, but it's okay, it's all right. Okay, so I'm gonna go next with the shade Edges. I'm gonna change my brush and find like a smaller blending brush. Don't really need too much of it, so just to give it a bit more depth anyway, just a little tiny bit. And I'm doing something very basic that I've done before already. I'm gonna go in with the shade Credit, which is like a deeper, it's basically a warm tone dark brown, and I'm going to apply that on the outer part of my eye. Just a wash of that on the outer corner. And I'm going to go back into that other brush and just blend that out a little bit in the crease. And for my eyelid, I'm going to go in with the shade Zam, which is kind of like a glittery gold. I'm gonna go in with my fingers instead because the brush is just not doing it for me. There you go, Zam. They got the name right there, Zam. So I'm just gonna continue to put that on my lid. It does have like a very, very subtle light texture on it with the fingers, and I think it is just because of the tiny specks of glitter that's in there, but it pops enough. You really don't have to do too much with that one. Nice, nice. Okay, so I'm happy with how the eyes are looking at the moment. I'm going to go with my base and come back to my eyes and finish that off in a minute. So because it's pretty hot outside, I'm going to do a combination of two different foundations. I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade Sandlewood. This is like known to be a 24-hour coverage apparently. Obviously I've not actually worn or tried it for 24 hours, so can't really speak too much to that. I'm going to mix that with my Nars foundation. This is the Nars, what is this? Nars Natural Radiant Longwear foundation in the shade New Caledonia. I'm just going to put one pump of this anyway. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with a brush today. And yeah, let's see what we're looking like. I'm going to go around my mouth first as per usual with the Nars New Caledonia on its own, but first I'm going to use a concealer on the edges of my mouth because this is like the worst part of my hyperpigmentation and it's really difficult for me to cover up. This foundation is like extra full coverage, so sorry, that concealer that I just put around my mouth is like full coverage, so I'm gonna go ahead with New Caledonia, just one pump on its own. This is one of my favorite foundations, the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear. It's just, I just love its finish. Just gonna add a drop of the Macao shade from Nars because it's a little bit more golden than the Estee Lauder one. I'm glad I went in with my primer first because I would have forgotten to do it again. I don't know why I've had some issues remembering to wear primer. I don't know if it's because of the quarantine or what, but I ain't trying to forget on my birthday, hell no. Definitely not, my dear. So just gonna continue to blend it out. I have really enjoyed using this brush. I'm not usually a fan of like using brushes to blend out foundation because I just love the way the Beauty Blender blends out foundation, but I'm gonna go on top of this with a Beauty Blender or a beauty sponge. But I've been loving the way this brush just blends out foundation. So pretty happy with the coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Revolution Infinite Concealer in C15 to bronze / contour. I'm only going to put a little bit here because I just don't want to put too much product on my forehead. Same brush that I used to blend around my mouth. And I like to put it on my cheekbone or like just above because when I blend it, it goes down into here, whereas if I apply it here, it will move down there. And I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Chestnut to begin with. If I want to lighten it up a little bit, I'm going to go in with Butterscotch, but to begin with, Chestnut. And I'm not going to put too much because I'm going to blend it out with a brush, and that's going to give us a nice coverage, so we really don't need too much going on there. I've been using this kind of brush to blend out my concealer and I absolutely love the finish it gives. I do go over it with a sponge as well, just to kind of give it a seamless finish, but definitely been enjoying using a brush recently. I always put concealer on the top of my lip as well because I just want to give it a nice, my face like a nice balance, because I do have like hyperpigmentation on top of my lips as well, so just adding some concealer there kind of gives it an even look when I go in with my highlighter. I do like to go quite high on my forehead and create like a nice tree. So just by using the brush, it's given me a nice full coverage opacity under my eyes. And this concealer is pretty full coverage anyway, but I just love using this brush at the moment, and it's so easy to get right under my eyes where I actually crease quite a lot. Yeah, that's just looking absolutely flawless. I love how that's looking at the moment. I do kind of want to go in with a tiny bit of Butterscotch just underneath my eyes, just right here. So I'm going to go ahead and set with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. So just like that. So pretty much done with the highlighted areas. I'm going to go in with a bronzer now. I usually like to go with my favourite bronzer at the moment, which is, actually I have two favourite bronzers. I've got the Revolution Glow bronzer, the Splendor Glow one, and then I've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in Mahogany. This is one that I use quite regularly, just tapping off the excess. Yeah. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I'm gonna go in with my blusher. It's actually not a blusher, it's a bronzer, and this is the Maui Night Specker bronzer. As you can see, it's one that gets regular use here, so I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of that, not too much, just ever so slightly. and I'm using the stippling brush because it's going to apply this product softly. And for my lipstick, I'm going to go in with my Colour Drain liquid lipstick in the shade Cherry Blossom. It's been a favourite of mine and it's literally nearly finished. So okay, still looking good, still looking good. There you go, pretty happy with that. So I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to go over my top lip again. So I'm going to use my mascara, which is the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara. Obviously I can't wear eyelashes today because my eyes are a little bit swollen, so I'm going to have to skip out on the eyelashes and just keep it simple with the mascara. But I am going to build up my mascara a little bit just to give me a bit more volume. So going in with the volume side first of the Huda Beauty mascara, because it does have two ends. One of the sides is volume, the other end of it is curl and length. So volume first. Oh gosh, as I'm applying my mascara, I can feel like the area that's a bit swollen, and it's really not comfortable at all. You can use whichever highlighter you use. The highlighter that I use is a really old one. Yeah, it's kind of broken, so I have to do this Mosaic Shimmering Glow Powder. I got this from Superdrug a while ago, but I still use it because it gives me like a very subtle glow, and I just don't like going in with too much highlighter nowadays. So yeah, this just gives me a subtle glow, and that's what I'm looking for today. And last but not least, we are going to set all of this glam, all this hard work we put in with the Morphe setting mist. This is the original one. It's the continuous setting mist by Morphe Cosmetics, and this is £16. Pretty much done, but the last little bit I'm going to use it to set my face. And we are all done. This is my birthday glam. This is what I'm going to be rocking for the day, and I'm absolutely loving it. I think the haircut just ties it all in together with the red lip. I'm loving it. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you guys for watching. Please like the video if you liked it. Please make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.